Well, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if we can get some people in. Like to start always a little sooner in terms of being ready. Hello, I see that somebody, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I see that you already came in and you joined, and same with Charlene. Let's give another minute. It's 11:59. Let's just wait one more minute, and then we keep going. I know everybody's busy. I know I am, but I love to share this stuff, and because it's really life-saving, and you'll see why. But okay, so it's 12 o'clock. Carlos joined, or Carfio. Thank you for joining, guys, and hello. My name is Georges Cordoba, Coach Georges, and as many of you know, I'm an advanced cancer survivor, melanoma, with mets in the brain. And after about 6-7 years, almost 8 years actually, I decided to go the natural route, the holistic route, to heal myself. I stopped traditional treatments. I had mets in the brain, but I did take a leap of faith and I went natural, and this coming July will be 12 years cancer-free. And I've been sharing, I became a nutritionist and a holistic transformational health coach, became a RTT practitioner, that's rapid transformational therapy practitioner, and also a hypnotherapist. But the most important thing today is about what I learned when I was getting my nutritionist acolyte. And last week we talked about the effects of stress in ourselves, and I share the rule in digestion, the 25-75 rule, where 25% of it in digestion is what we eat, and 75% is who we are when we're eating. I'd like to share something that is amazing today. It's going to be really cool. I can share you some things. I'll talk to you in a little bit. But what is important is to understand that there's no other way one can get a chronic disease like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, if we don't have an inflamed body. All disease starts with an inflamed body. So how can one who wants to stay in shape and in good health produce this acidity in the body to the point that all our tissues are inflamed? Then thereafter we become sick with any chronic disease, which, by the way, nearly 50% of the United States of America has one or two chronic diseases. Talk about, an unhealthy situation that we have here. And it is so simple to reverse all this stuff. So today I wanted to talk to you about a balanced pH and your health. I have to share that when I was deciding, with a lot of prayer and personal faith, I decided to go natural because all these treatments and all this stuff was not working for me. Obviously, I would not be talking to you, like I said last time, if I didn't have these 10 surgeries. The surgeons, especially, well, all of them, but the neurosurgeon was amazing. I would not be here talking to you about this. I have nothing against the advances in medicine. I'm just not too fond of the traditional treatments. And guess what? All of us go through that route because it's what our mind is trained. Our mind it's really familiar to go to an oncologist to have them help us heal. But it's really not the only way. And that's what what I've been doing for the last 7 years, helping people that are going through chronic disease, particularly cancer, and I help them transform their health and vitality. But what is the pH balance? When I decided again that I was going to go, I just said, okay, I'm going to go natural, take the holistic route, holistic health route, things started to happen for me. The universe started to conspire so I will land in the right places. I consider myself blessed for that. But at the bottom line is that I was recommended to go see this naturopath. He passed away last year, actually 18 months ago. But when I saw him, I went to visit him, and he started talking to me, explaining all about the balance, the pH balance in our system, in our tissues, etc. Remember, I told you, an inflamed body full of acidity, it's where this is the environment for disease to thrive and grow. So what we want to do is eliminate that, and thereafter you are cutting this environment that causes these diseases to thrive and grow, all of them. But I'm going to focus a little more on the cancer because it's really my experience. I fought it for 10 years. And so this is what he explained. He said, imagine that you have a swimming pool and you pour too much chlorine in there. It is impossible to jump in there and swim. Actually, when you go to a public place and it's a public swimming pool, they say, okay, you cannot swim until 11. Maybe they treated it at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. It's too acidic to get in there. If you get in there when it's acidic, you're going to have skin problems, eye problems, maybe lose your hair. There's some consequences to do that. On the other hand, if you don't pour enough chlorine, the pool will become green. And therefore, there's also bacteria and fungus that when you swim in there and maybe you through your skin, or maybe you swallow a little water, that causes problems in your blood as well. So the point is to have a balanced swimming pool. The water needs to be balanced, which, by the way, the most alkaline substance is water, okay? And guess what? We're nearly 70% water. Women a little more because they tend to have more fat in their body. But basically, it's water inside of us. So we want to maintain the pool balanced, okay? And one thing that I could tell you what I do with my clients is I kind of shared this last time. I show him, I teach him. First of all, I give him a gift. It's an ebook I wrote with this experience with the naturopath and other books that I read. And then in nutrition, when I was starting to become a nutritionist, functional nutritionist, I just further got information. I wrote an ebook that I'm going to share with you at the end of this live, along with a table that actually describes what foods are acidic and what foods are alkaline. And what's going to happen there is that once you learn which ones they are, you don't have to actually stop eating certain things. You just have to make sure, obviously, that you eat, low fats, not fried stuff or lots of sodium. Everybody knows that. But if you do so, try to avoid that. But on the same token, you don't need to go completely vegan or keto, or just a balanced life, and learn. And this is what I teach my clients: learn how to prepare a balanced pH plate when you're going to have a meal. That coupled with what I taught you last week, take a few deep breaths before you eat. Remember, 75% is who you're eating. So try to eat slow, like I said last time. Take a couple deep breaths, drop your fork between bites, chew enough so your digestion starts in your mouth. Remember, the saliva enzymes are the ones that start the process of digestion, and the whole purpose up here is to transfer that through your esophagus with the processed food to the stomach. The stomach then needs to do their job, not really processing the food that should have been processed chewing, okay? So very, very easy stuff, but it's complicated to do. People, I guess, we're in such a hurry, and we keep forgetting. Even myself sometimes. I might be late for a session because something happened to my car, and so I'm eating faster. My wife says, "Hey, Georges, you're eating too fast." You know, we're humans. But if we do that all the time without any mindfulness that we have to slow down when we eat, we are definitely going to produce cortisol, and that cortisol would affect our digestion, and therefore the nutrients that are supposed to go through our bloodstream to the pancreas and liver are not going there. And that's why many people an hour and a half later are hungry again, because the body is craving the nutrition that it needs. So there's several things here that all together causes, will make a very nice way to prevent disease by not having an inflamed body. And the way to do that is to look for a balanced pH. In this ebook that you're going to receive, I explain some of the myths and some other ways. If you exercise like I do and you sweat, when you do like let's say aerobics, or you're spinning, or you're doing Pilates, running, whatever, you're actually producing acidity, but that's good acidity. Why? Because what you're doing as you sweat is you're actually releasing the acid in your tissues, and it goes through your sweat and your urine. So you're actually, when you're exercising, you're actually liberating some of this acidity that is in our tissues. When it's a situation that is prolonged, that's when disease starts. Now, if you want to prevent it, this is what I'm talking about, and I'll show you. You'll have the book and the table. That is one thing to do to prevent. But if you already, let's say you're already sick, you have diabetes or you have cancer, it could be obesity, depression, chronic disease. If you start having a balanced pH in your body, you are little by little, which is what happened to me, eliminating the environment where the cancer cells thrived to live. Now, when you read this table, you're going to notice how acidic is refined sugar. And I want to give you an example of how acidic that is. If you have a can of soda, it will take 32 glasses of water to alkaline yourself. 32 glasses of water. Can you imagine people that have, like, I don't know, this whatever king size at lunch and another one at dinner? You know what they're doing? At that point, they just need almost a week to cut the sodas and just drink water, which, by the way, like I say, it's the most acidic, the most alkaline thing. The number for that is 7.4 of alkalinity. And how do you know how alkaline or how acidic you are? You can buy these strips, by the way, in CVS, any pharmacy, Walgreens, probably in some of the grocery stores. It's a strip that you can, when you are fasting in the morning, you get up and you drop a little saliva. You just like tear a little piece of that strip, drop saliva, and it'll give you a color. The actual device that you buy, it's like a reel, has the colors, and actually you'll see it also in the table that I'm going to give you. But that's one thing. The ideal thing is that right after you did that with your saliva, drop a little urine on another strip and compare the two, and it'll tell you by the color if you are more acidic or more alkaline. If you are between 7 and 7.4 or 6.9, 7.4 alkalinity, you're pretty good. You're in a good spot. But if you go lower, which is acidic, or you go too high, it's the pool metaphor. We just want to be a place where we can swing. We want to be in a place where if there's a disease there, we're eliminating their environment. They start really, what do? I just die, because you're not giving them anything, any environment to grow. So it is important, I work, as I said before, the physical body, the emotional body, holistically speaking, the mental body, and the spiritual self. And that's why, it takes a while to do my program, because it's change of habits, change of lifestyles, and also transformational beliefs. There are some beliefs that we carry since we were even in our mother's wombs, like I said last time. And somehow they end up becoming beliefs, and in many cases they're not good for us, but we carry them through the years. And once you get to understand that you had that and why, we can resolve it and clear that clutter and clear that potential cortisol producer, because we're now taking away the physical clutter, the emotional clutter, the mental clutter, and we learn our spirituality, our connection with the source. I call it God, but it's that connection. You and I, you listener and I, are connected. You're connected to trees. I said last week, but we have to embrace that. We have to understand how to do that. And it takes practice. Our habits right now are basically following the stream that was created for us, and we just don't make time for us. And that is really one thing that we were not designed for. We were designed to rest, recuperate, detox. We are designed to move. We're designed to go out there and get the best to supplements, and they're free, fresh air and sun, and then we're designed to move. That's why we have muscles and a skeleton, not to sit down and spend hours on our iPhone or whatever phone or device, or just sitting down watching TV and so forth. So if this makes sense to you, and I tell you, that was one key reason why I am here now, because I learned how to, and this is before I became a nutritionist. Before all this, I was a CTO, a Chief Technology Officer for two startups. I got sick. I actually fought the disease for 10 years and 10 surgeries. But on almost year 8, I decided to go the holistic route, and here I am. Actually, I wrote a book about my experience, became a bestseller. It's called Beating the Odds. That's another story, but this is pretty much it. If you already following me, go ahead and drop me a DM with tell me again your name and your address and your email address. You probably are on my Sunday Reflections and Coaching Tips list, but go ahead and do that if you're interested on the ebook, A Balanced pH and Your Health, and the table of acidic and alkaline foods. And if you don't follow me, I encourage you, I would appreciate you start following me. And whether you do or not, DM me, and it's at coach.georges, and I'll send you this stuff today. As soon as I see this, I do have a session, and after that I'll be sending the ebooks. All right. Let's see. I see that there's quite a few connected. I really appreciate this. Take care of yourself. Again, the rules of the mind, one of them, I just said one. The mind goes to what's familiar. Another one is the mind learns by repetition. And I'm telling you this stuff because if we learn that there's other options, there's 12 rules of the mind. Actually, next time, in 3 weeks, I'm doing this about every 3 weeks, I'll go ahead and let me write this down, the rules of the mind. And we'll talk a little bit about that and what impact that had to my healing. I did have some things that I learned. I'm a former NCAA Division I tennis player. I played for my country. I'm originally from Venezuela, and because I was in the national team there, we had some excellent coaches for the mind, learn us how to, just like they do now, the professional tennis players, but it was for all of us, not one-on-one. And but I did learn some things that I applied, especially when I decided to go when I really understood that really the one that really has the power from within to heal, it was me. The doctors are trying to do everything from the outside in, and they do only what they know. Many of my clients continue to do, because they're so familiar with the chemo and the radio and the immunotherapy, they keep doing that, but we start working on the other stuff, the holistic stuff, and several times in 7 years, almost 7 years now, many of them decide to go, they're natural, to stop this other stuff, which, by the way, in my case, it was really interrupting my quality of life. I have to say that even as an athlete, I tried to continue to play and stuff, but it wasn't the same. So it's almost like, what is it really getting me sick? This stuff, this venom, this chemo and this stuff, or the disease itself? Because it's actually destroying the rest of my body. That's when I decided, because I kind of understood myself from the inside out in terms of the subconscious mind and what really the big avatars, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, pretty much said the same thing. The kingdom of heaven is within us. It's within you. Some people call it the infinite wisdom of the subconscious mind. The other ones might say the infinite intelligence. Some people call it the subconscious mind. These avatars call it the kingdom of heaven. We do have all these gifts that we were given when we were born, and very few of us understand them. We've never been taught about it, and very few, even understanding it, don't apply it. I will share. It's either going to be the rules of the mind or what I first had in place, which is how to nourish yourself. How do you can bring some time of your day? Nobody's putting a gun in your head to say you cannot use time for yourself. It's you. You decide that. And I'm going to share my morning nourishment time. You don't have to do it that way, but you can start when I started, just 5 minutes of your day, of your morning. You get to the habit for 21 days to wake up 10 minutes before you usually wake up for 21 days. It takes about 21 days to begin a new habit. Okay? So we'll do that. And once again, I really appreciate you joining me. And this is what I love to do. I was a good technologist, let's say, but it took a disease for me to really find out the song I was born to sing, and which is helping people. And that's what I do today. I help people going through these situations transform their health and vitality. That's it, guys. God bless you, and see you in about 3 weeks. Send me a DM and I'll send you the ebook and the table. God bless you.